Hey everybody, it's Bill at MNPC Tech. What we have here is two interesting procurements that I got today. This one here arrived from eBay. I paid $100 for it. It's an NZXT Phantom. It's the 410. The 410 came after the original Phantom about a year later, and I believe 2011 is when the release of this was out. And my friend Craig Bruger worked with NZXT on the direction of the design and engineering of this case with them. And when it came out, it blew away the competition. Even Engadget did a story on the NZXT. I'm sure you can Google it, the NZXT Phantom. It killed other cases out there for popularity. It was a great seller. I don't know when they stopped making this style of case. Maybe you can tell me in the comments, but you can't get them anymore, people. I had been watching eBay forever to get a decent price one. I paid $100 shipped, which I felt was decent. Otherwise, there's people asking $300 plus for these things. Now, this one right here, this came out in 2010 and it was developed in 2009, about 10 months prior to it coming out. And it kind of has a Cooler Master half look to it in a way, and that's deliberate because at the time Cooler Master's half cases were the hottest selling cases out there. The mid towers were rocking, and Corsair wanted a competitor, and they came to me to help develop the design. Check this out. Hidden carry handle on top. Look at that. How sweet is that? How often do you see that? Also, these side panels that bulge out, and there's two, you could put a two 120s here, bulging side panel here, so if you wanted to be lazy about your cable management, you'd have some space so you get your panel back on. And there's some other little subtleties too behind the design. There's two 120s in the front, so you could mount their 240 all-in-one cooler up front, because they're spaced 15 millimeters between the fasteners, which is standardized. Some cases manufacturers weren't doing that. They weren't standardizing, so you could put a PC Cool 240 radiator mounted in front. But I got this off Facebook Marketplace today, and I've been looking for one forever. I had one that Corsair sent me for CES to modify, and I just thought I'd buy one at some point, but I never did. And all of a sudden, they disappeared. They all sold out everywhere, and that's great. In retrospect, I wish I had done a profit sharing agreement with them, because I could have made some seriously good money. It received Newegg's Golden Egg Award. That's like, it had the most consistent 5-star rating. Looking at it, you know, it's got a little bit of industrial vibe to it. You can see that Cooler Master kind of half-X influence in the design, because again, it was popular selling. You know, they wanted something to compete directly with for a little less money. And also, I did the Firefly Serenity case mod of this case. Oh yeah, that's the one they sent me. The one case they sent me, I ended up modifying for them. They paid me in addition to designing it to modify one for CES. And I just thought, oh, I'll just buy one someday so I have that piece of history. And I never got around to it. And then I'd been searching for them forever, and you can't find them anywhere. Couldn't find them. eBay wasn't popping up. And all of a sudden, Facebook Marketplace this morning, it popped up like the algorithm knew I was actually looking for one. And they were asking $20 for it. And then when I messaged them, they said they already had somebody come out to buy it. And I said, okay, I'll give you 50. And they're like, no, that's all right. And I'm like, would it help if I told you to actually design that case? Would you have some sympathy for me? And they actually did. They switched their mind, and they told the other buyer that it had been sold already, and and they let me buy it from them. So that was really cool. That Minnesota Nice kicked in. That's so awesome. But I don't know what I'm going to do with it now that I finally have it. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be right to modify it because it's like a little piece of history, but I mean, I know there's thousands of them out there. It's just, I guess people are holding on to them. The Carbide 400R. I guess they're just holding on to them and they're not giving them up. So But yeah, that was interesting. Two cases came out around the same time, and I know, you know, the history behind both of them, and it's interesting. You know, another thing too is a lot of people are burned out on the choices of just having these TG RGB aquarium type cases out there, and they're looking back at cases from this time period when there was such a wide variety of different cases that were more angular and industrial looking. What's even interesting too is the paint is almost similar, this like graphite gray, except this one's a bit darker. I noticed that these could have been very well made in the same factory in Taiwan for all I know. But anyways, I thought I'd share that with you all. Little piece of history, and I'm back at the shop. They finally turned the heat back on in time. They're still doing construction on all the water damage from the fire, but it's good to be back and have my heat on, and that's why I'm here, to get these cases up in the shop and start working on this one with a project, and maybe decide what I want to do with that. Maybe just keep it as is, put it up on a shelf. All right, everybody, have a good one. Take care.